All right, so let's make some panels today. Let's work on. I think I got an outline here. Random panel generator. We can do this a couple different ways. We can create a panel that has a certain depth, a certain color, 3 types, 4 types, 2 types, whatever suits you. And then the next one, we can open up Dynamo Studio and make a panel configurator for fabrication. Dynamo Studio is great as a prototype modeler. Um, in this case, we'll make a sort of a parametric triangular fin model, and then we'll take what we learned from that and apply it to a Revit model and push that design methodology into our Revit workflow. And then we'll close out by actually being able to share these scripts now, build a website that can hold not just the files, but kind of an image of each file, how they work, how they operate, all the metadata that goes with it, packages you need to install, and all those fun things. So let's go ahead and get that thing going. Just heads up, this is what we're going to make. We're going to make a little toggle switch that lets the computer randomly pick colors and randomly pick depths of panels. I found this script online. I think it was on a YouTube tutorial, a real short one. Obviously, there's not a lot here, but there's a couple things I don't like about it. Actually, there's only one thing I don't like about it, and it grabs all the curtain panels. And in this case, I just want to grab certain curtain panels. So that'll be my contribution to kind of change something that I found here and make it a lot better. And then, of course, my overall contribution is they didn't have a panel depth creator that could also create random depths based on what we made. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get that going. Basically, the first thing we have to do is kind of set just a wall so we can get something going here. We'll probably need to grab the curtain wall's fine. Actually, what we'll do is we'll duplicate and go random curtain wall. We'll do a quick 4-foot spacing on that, and that's about it. Do this real quick. 4 foot, I need something divisible by 4. Nice. Perfect. That's basically all I need. But right now it's all glass, and so we want to be able to add some different panel depths and things of that nature. So this is a pretty easy one. Let's go ahead and make a new family. Let's do a curtain wall panel. Do this. Try to do this as fast as I can. I know this is going to be a long recording if I have to make every single component. Do this real quick. Let's go ahead and get reference plane made for my different depth thicknesses. I'm going to very quickly throw this back, probably an inch. And then the overall depth, we'll do about, almost hit 8. That's nice. 8 would be fine. Let's see here, need to lock that down. Need to lock this to this. Lock that to that. And this is going to be my depth of panel thickness controller. So we're just going to go ahead and make a, actually, if I'm not mistaken, there might already be a thickness in here. There is not. That's fine. Yes, it'll need to be a type. Length is fine. So we'll do 8 inches. I'm also going to have to add some colors to this too. Let's see here. Need to create a panel 1. Just do an add color panel 1. This will actually be in the material category, material finishes, pen 1, perfect. I don't really need to do anything else. Oh, one more thing. Let's lock that dimension here. Next up, let's create panel 1. and that'll be a 1-inch thickness. Create a panel 4. That'll be a 4-inch thickness, and then a panel 8 for 8-inch. Yeah, I mean you could do 6-inch, whatever. I think you can follow along and figure this out. So let's make sure our toggle all works. Let's go back to 1. Helps if you apply the parameter. There we go. I bet it works. There's our 4 panel. There's our 8 panel. Perfect. So let's go into 3D interior quick. I need to make sure that's locked to that, and we're all locked up in here. Perfect. That should just about do it. We still have some more parameters to make. Probably wouldn't hurt to make the materials in here real quick. Just go ahead and do create new, and then duplicate one more time. So I just have all 3. We'll do pan 1, panel 1, pan 2, panel 2, pan 3, panel 3. There we go. Very nice. Render. We'll do our. I do like a nice kind of gray, soft gray blue. Do the lightest. Interesting. Go ahead and going to need to duplicate that one, duplicate that one. That did that for me already. I guess not. We'll go down here, maybe a little bit. Okay, that'll work. And then maybe the darkest panel. So 1's the lightest, 3 is the darkest. Perfect. And we don't need to worry about that, other than the fact that, because I'm not going to apply it necessarily to this, except as a parameter. Visibility, I'll come back to that, but we should have, we haven't assigned that parameter yet. No, we have not. Then that's fine. I'm going to leave that as a by category. Let's go ahead and hit save. We'll call this random panel, and the subsequent families inside of this will be panel 1, panel 4, panel 8. Put that to desktop real quick. Load. Load. There it goes. Bang. Cool. I could probably add that, switch that out at any time. Perfect. 4. Excellent. Did it not bring? Just want to check something. Okay, good. We brought them in. Interesting. Oh, I see what happened there. There we go. Generic 1 should be, must have already had something called generic 1 in there in the blank model. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, now don't worry, it's not going to change yet. We got to fire up Dynamo and tell it to do stuff. I'll just start a blank file real quick. It shouldn't take this long to load. There it is. Right down here. Look it up, and let's start cranking. I will minimize this. There should be a way that I can get this on the same screen. Interesting. Sorry, I thought that was going to work better. Okay, we are good to go. I'm usually used to this being on this side. Okay, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and get the kind of the old one started. I'm just going to double click real quick and do, whoa, there we go, do brackets and one my materials, so this could be whatever I happen to call it. Color 1, color 2, color 3. In this instance, they stand for panels. There we go. So those are my colors. I need to my name. Ooh, come up nice. I'll use a number slider for this. I guess I could use an integer slider. I'm going to name it C value. I'm just going to let it go to, actually might go by 2s to 50. That's fine. That should give me plenty of values. Starting at 2, I don't want a 0 value. Let's just cycle. Perfect. So we need to add those values, and then this is where it's handy if all you have is that one curtain panel. Maybe you're just prototyping, but if you have more than one panel type, then it's kind of detrimental. It's actually going to hurt you more than it's going to help you. I don't know, I've typed in this whole thing and it's the 5th choice down. That is frustrating. I need one more code block, and this is that reference I made, panel 1. I actually capitalized it. And yes, that does matter. And then basically this is it. This is element set parameter. One of the most used, in my opinion, one of the most used nodes in the game here. Boom. All right, hook up our elements, our panel name, and the list of. Oh, forgot one thing. Sorry, list. Because we want to shuffle it so it is random. Okay, now we can go. And I bet I forgot one thing. Just like still trying to, it's like it's trying to find a value. I probably did not make this an instance. It should be fine. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so after a short little break, I figured out that I'd accidentally picked material name instead of by name. So I substituted that in real quick when you weren't looking. We should be good to go. I can start to change out some panels here since it's grabbing all those panels, but what would be quicker would be, let's see, unpin all those, grab all these, grab these curtain panels, perfect, and let's grab the floor panel. And now I can just really quickly, isn't that fun, real quickly let the computer pick out a bazillion different random patterns for me. Yeah, so that's nice. Finally working, no errors. Now that I have this working, I'm going to go ahead and group that real quick. We'll do the light blue, and this will be for panel color. And let me do one more thing so that people can find it. Awesome. Next one, we want to select each one of these individual families so that we can control the depth of them real quick. And just to show this is, just to take this one more step, let's add a horizontal somewhere in the middle here. Perfect. Okay. Should be able to, there we go. So now I can randomly generate those different colors. So here's my contribution, which is types. So I've got, I could have done this. We are. First one, hold control and just copy this. try that again. I'm going to hold Control, copy that down. Interesting. Switch to manual. There. Huh. I don't think that's done that to me before, but that's okay. Okay, hold Control and copy down. Maybe I just need to press harder. Perfect. Let's get those in a list together, all three. I can put these in any order, just ascending by number, descending by number. Family instance by type, is that right? Should be, it's the opposite of what I wanted. There was family instance dot by family type. I need to push that off to the side. I'm gonna grab this, I need this, and hold Control really hard. There we go, pull that down. I need that list to feed from there. Now we're cooking with gas. And the last thing I need is family instance set type. You would think that it would come in. There we go. And that's in the Clockwork package, by the way. So you will have to have Clockwork for this to work. But we'll go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and do this. See if this works. I have no idea. It did. Oh, I'm just backwards. So if this was like a dry design panel system or something to that effect, you could quickly generate some. Oh, let's back down. Oh, that's cool. Just to kind of throw a different panel depths and thicknesses. That looks pretty random to me, and that took a heck of a lot less time to do that. And let's say I want to change colors, wasn't random enough. So I change colors, change depth. Beautiful. Yeah, that would take forever in SketchUp or any other, just even Revit, just normal Revit. That would have taken forever. Perfect. Yeah, see, that's not too hard. Squish these together real quick. See value perfect. That's it. I mean, that really wasn't that difficult. Make this one blue real quick. This panel depth. 1 inch, 4 inch, 8 inch. Sure people can see it. There we go. So, so that's my contribution, but a little bit further contribution to this would be to ditch these two and to actually build out a little bit better family instance, in which case we kind of know what we want because we want to grab this panel, this panel, and this panel and put those in a list. So I'm going to copy this up real quick. Can I not copy from groups? There we go, because then I don't have to do all that all over again. And then we'll do all elements, family type. And since it's curtain panels, we'll do that as an instance, as a family instance. So that'll be handy. And then now we need to go from family instance. It's going to be a little bit of work to this, but we need to go from that family instance to family type. It's getting backwards. Oh, it'd be nice if these actually played well. Nope, I don't want that one either. Come on now. I need input family, no, family instance. There we are. Sheesh. And then I need all elements of family type again. So I can disseminate. So we have 40 panels. We must have 40 panels in there. That's why. Let's see. Can I go straight to flatten? do I need to make a list for that first? I might need to make a list for that, but that's okay. And then this unique. Perfect. And there we go. So ditching every single curtain panel in there, because if I'm not mistaken, well, let me take that back. If this is predefined as random curtain wall, I'm sorry, where's my panels at? Got panel 01. Hit that, hit this, start the run, boom, change it. So that'll change all the panel colors, so that's pretty nice. That'll change all the depths. There we go, and then I don't have to worry about it changing automatically without permissions, if you will. So, what was it running? There we go. Filter, grab all those panels. Perfect. Okay, so we got that rocking and rolling and going, and we can change colors. Here, set my way. And we can do whatever we want to here now. Perfect. I might throw a list in there, even though I don't think I have to, but well, we will anyway. I suppose I could make that a group too, but it's technically part of this group. So I'm going to leave those in there in case you just want to flip back and forth between them. But that's it. The file will be available up on the server, I guess. Speaking of which, there we go. So we could possibly upload something to Architect Machine. So what I've been doing is kind of collecting and testing a couple different Revit models that I have, a couple different Rhino, Grasshopper scripts. This one's a Dynamo script, a Dynamo Studio script that we're going to go over here in just another minute, as a way to see kind of the end result of what the script does. I'm using it on a project, tagging it under Dynamo. It's a fabrication model, what projects I've used it on, what sector it's in, any packages required that you need to pre-download, what version it's in, and just kind of a little description. If it sucks or it needs to be improved, then that's fine. Just write a comment, or working on having an instant messaging in here so that I can get feedback a lot quicker than comments. But that's just kind of the thought process there. I'll show you how to upload to this at the end of this video series. So okay, we've got that going. What do we need to do next? We need to jump into Dynamo Studio and come up with a project for that. But yeah, we can go ahead and hit save there. Tell you, my computer's running slow today. Okay, go ahead and save that real quick. Probably don't need to. I don't need to save that. That's fine. We'll do a new drone port panel. Okay, let's see what we got here. Are you turned off? There we go. Now we know where we are. This one's going to be pretty easy. It's going to look kind of complicated at the end, but it's not really going to be. Create a point by coordinates. We'll get the slider, if I can spell. Put a slider in here. That'd be fine. We'll call that one panel depth. This one I need in 1/4 inch or 0.25 increments. As high as 5, as low as -5. Anywhere in between. That looks good. I'll need that all over again. We'll call it the midpoint. And this one can be, oops, so it could be 0 to 100 by 1, so that's fine. We're going to control that by saying this to this and this to this. Awesome. That's it. We've got ourselves a little control point now. Let's go ahead and make that a group quick. Let's call that controller, and then we need a bunch of little point-back coordinates. So I'm going to copy that. Oh, that control button. I tell you what. That's fine. Okay, Control C, Control V it is. We need to set up a little grid here. Code block. So we're going to do a 0 point, 40 point for the midpoint. We'll do that for X and Y, so up to 0, 0, and then 40 up in the air. Boom, there he is. Let me think. Do I need that again? You know what I should have done? Shoot, sorry. Should have done that. Because now I can use this code block all over again. Because we're going to use, let's see here, we're going to use this for the Y. We're going to use 20 for the X. We're going to use 40 for the Z on this one. We're going to use 20 for the X and the Z on this one. Sorry, I guess I could have done this as all separate code blocks, but this is just a little, it's actually a bit cleaner, but that's okay. So I need Z value of 0 there, 0 there, and then 40 for the X. So, oh, where did I go off? Where did I go wrong? 40 for the Y. There we go, 20 for the X. So, there we go. Maybe I should have separated that out just a little bit, but that's okay. You can hit pause and start over again. I need a list, a 3-point list for all of those, because we are going to tie in a whole bunch of little fun wiring points here. And this one's going to go here. Perfect. Oh, you know what? I don't need to copy that down yet. Let's do a surface. Perimeter. Points. Awesome. Hey, let's start building this thing. Excellent. Probably need to know. Well, I guess we wouldn't need to necessarily know this, but I'll get a watch node for this, I suppose, in case I wanted to throw up my fractal and see the different areas. Yeah, that's fine. That's the majority of this. I want to check something real quick. I think I forgot one value. X times -1, because I want this to go, actually I want this to go backwards at this Y. See, I didn't connect that point up yet. And there it goes. Okay, perfect. There, that's what I want. And this little point over here is going to be the, so basically what this is going to do after I reconfigure this, what this is going to do is this, as this goes forward, this one will go back, and as this one goes forward, this one will go back. So they have a parametric relationship. Wouldn't have to do that necessarily, but just for this example, let's go ahead and do it. And then I need to get that X value. There we go. That way I can kind of control that. So as this goes in, that goes out. That's essentially what we're after here. Those 2 points kind of have a planetary movement around them. Perfect. Okay. From there on out, it's basically just drag and drop. Only in the sense that you just gotta kind of rewire it. So, for instance, this point would need to be this point. Yeah, it's gonna crash a couple different things, but that's fine. We're through this. I need this point going to there, perfect. And then I need this bottom point up here. Let me see if I did that right. I kind of flex this in between. Hey, look at that. That's pretty cool. I am missing the midpoint of that, though. So my guess is I need to connect in this. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Hey, there we go. Rookie. Okay. Same thing. Control C, Control V. This one always stays the same, and then you basically just kind of work your way down from that one to that one. I think this is going to work. Hey, look at that, it works. And then once again, Control V. Middle one stays the same, and then let's see here. Let me think. I need that. This guy hasn't been hooked up to anything yet, and let me guess, bottom one. Okay, nice, excellent. Now we've got a cool little panel here. Yeah, sorry it took that long, but we've got this kind of flexibility built into it. Fantastic. I can change that midpoint, take it down just a little bit, create a little bit different pattern and effect with that panel. That's pretty cool. Let's change it back to the midpoint. We won't be needing those to be visibly turned on because we're going to create some new geometry that kind of overlays on top of that. So essentially I need a list of all those different surfaces. Let me scoot this down and make some room in the middle here. So see how this all headers in? Perfect. That's my new shape, and I'm going to flatten that list and copy that geometry over. So that's going to come down over here, and we'll just do a geometry translate. Hopefully X, Y, and Z. Hey, perfect. And we'll scoot it over 20 units. Extraction, yes. Boom. And we're going to cheat and do that again, except I'm going to take that geometry and copy it over. And now I'm going to take this geometry and copy it over until I get enough of these. Yeah, that was probably enough. But until I get enough of these that I have kind of a parent-child relationship. They're all being controlled by this same little component piece here. Hey, look at that. They all jump in when I say to jump. And so what's nice about this is they kind of reverse their pattern. Depends on how you're looking at them. So now they're open, but let's say I wanted some sort of solar shading control over these. I would take this out and use different data input for that. We do not have time for that today, but it's possible. But yeah, there's a little flexy, cool little piece of paper that we can kind of flex. Create some interesting geometries. It's really just some beautiful patterns. But we need to be able to fabricate that. So that's kind of the next step. For that, you'll need the Dynamo Unfold by Michael Kirshner, I believe. Let's see here. He created a bunch of these things. I'm not even sure how well I know these, all these different little nodes that he created for this, but when it is working, it is pretty freaking awesome. So we create a list of these surfaces, and we need to unfold list and return, and I need to return surfaces. How about I do this? Go, and that should do it. Hey, perfect. Now I can turn all of those previews off, and they only did one. I have to do these one at a time. Fair enough. And then I can preview that. Excellent. I'll need to unfold. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. These numbers are semi-arbitrary. You just need to kind of space it and gap it. It's not a huge deal. I'll say as we if I was doing all of these and it would make a difference. But since these all have parent-child relationships, they all are clones of this one. I only need to fabricate one. I only need drawings to fabricate one of these panels and just then give a quantity. And we can write a script for that too, but we'll do that later. Function apply. I need that guy. I need that guy. Let's see here. Let me think here. That goes into that argument. This goes into this one. That's right. And then I need you to go there. Excellent. I will need a surface perimeter eventually for generate labels. Because we also need to kind of, well, just let Dynamo tag it for you. I think that's probably the smartest way to go. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't mean to hit that. I have no idea what label scale should be here. But not only that, I need to unfolded labels. So there's initial labels and then there's the unfolded labels. And that argument, oh, I take that back. That one goes there. Hey, there we go. Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. And then I need a surface perimeter curves. Oop, I had it off of this node here. Let me see why I got an error there. Did I wire that up? Hold on, maybe that goes there. Oh, yeah. It's all in the wiring. But there we go. So you can tell. Here, let's just roll through this, and then export that as CAD or SAT or whatever your line work file is to take to the fabricator. But as this shifts, here, this might get the biggest impression. There you go. Now I can go laser cut this, and this. Yeah, that's fine. I'll call this delete. Make this anytime. Interesting. So that's it. We'll let this thing run through. I don't know why it's been hanging up on me today, but there's that one right there. Fabrication file. Just export to whatever you're comfortable with. Could be PDF, I suppose. And that's it. All right, and then we're going to see how this applies into Revit and kind of apply it to our workflow and see if we can't get this inside of the model. Okay, and that'll be in the next video. I'm going to go ahead and end this video and call it a day, and then we'll pick up with Revit and this kind of workflow for this fabrication panel.